This is Mrs. Zappia with an answer key for the test review for Module 1, Topics A and B. This covers Lessons 1 through 10. On the first page, we're deciding if the following are proportional or non-proportional. In the first question, you've got a table, and so you want to ask according to calculating the unit rates. We've got y divided by x. We've got a different unit rate for each one, so this is not proportional. Let's go to number 4, another table. You want to calculate y divided by x, and you want to calculate your unit rate. Since the unit rates are the same, all xy pairs have the same unit rate, that means that this is a proportional relationship. Then questions 2 and 3 is asking about a graph. You can tell a graph is proportional if it is a straight line and it passes through the origin. So this is a proportional relationship. Then, number 3, this is not a proportional relationship because it is not a straight line. Question 5, identify equations that represent a proportional relationship. These will be in the form of y equals kx, where k is the unit rate. So C and B are the correct answers. This is not proportional because of the constant 5, and this is not proportional because you are subtracting 4. Question 6, the constant of proportionality from a table. Remember that this is y divided by x, and that gives us 12 for an answer, and y divided by x, and that gives us 6 for an answer. Number 7, from a graph. What you want to do is you want to look for an ordered pair. Label which variable is x, which variable is y, and then divide y by x. So we have 1.6. Here, the x value is 20, the y value is 6, and 6 divided by 20 is 0.3. Number 8, from an equation. The constant of proportionality in an equation is the coefficient of x. So here it is 1/2, 9, and 11/4. Number 9. We want to calculate the constant of proportionality in blocks per minute. Remember that the first item is the y value in the top of the fraction. Per is the fraction bar, and the second value is the denominator, or the x value. So we have blocks over minutes. We have 4 blocks and 5 minutes. 4 divided by 5 is 0.8. So the constant of proportionality, remember, is a number, a value. And then the equation, you start with the basic equation for proportional relationships, y equals kx, and then you substitute the value k with the constant of proportionality. 3 trips to work, 2.1 miles, miles per trip. Remember that the first item is the top of the fraction, which is the y value. So we have 2.1 over 3. Divided, that gives you your constant of proportionality, or your miles per trip. Then the equation, remember, is going to be in the form of y equals kx, and you replace k with the unit rate. So we have y equals 0.7x. Number 11. Describe what the point 0, 0 on the graph means. Saying that this is the origin is an incomplete answer. You need to explain what each point means. So the x value is the number of weeks, so we have 0 weeks, and the y value is 0, which is the savings, so we have no money saved. Okay, this is the value of k, it is the constant of proportionality, but what does each coordinate mean? The 1 stands for 1 week, the 47 stands for $47 in savings. Question C, point A. The x value is 8, so that stands for 8 weeks. The y value is 376, which is $376 saved. Be specific in your explanations. Question 12. Jose and Fred have a workout competition. On day 1 of the competition, Fred did 10 pull-ups, Jose did 12. Okay, so here's their first data, 10 and 12. Each day thereafter, both boys increased the amount of pull-ups by 2. So here, you've added 2, you've added 2, you've added 2, and the same here. And that's how you fill in your data chart. Next, is the relationship between Fred's and Jose's pull-up proportional? Remember, to determine proportionality, you need to do y divided by x. So that's 12 divided by 10, 14 divided by 12, 16, etc. This answer is no, and I know that because I showed my work on my table and I have a different unit rate. When you have a different unit rate, it is not proportional. Sue said the data is proportional because of the pattern. Okay, so the pattern she's looking at is that this is increasing by 2 each time. That does not show proportionality. Okay, a pattern does not show proportional relationship. A constant rate does. So Sue was incorrect. That concludes our review. Make sure that you study these examples and practice the problems that you struggled with.